Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be sharing with you my 2026 bingo card. So I mentioned in a previous video that this year I was not going to be doing any type of vision board, or I considered possibly doing a prayer board, but not a vision board. And actually I stopped doing those things years ago. But I did consider creating a bingo card. So we're going to go through this entire bingo card together. And if you don't know what a bingo card is, as far as outlining your goals for the coming year, it's basically set up just like a traditional bingo card with like a free space in the middle, which I've called mine something else. I call it Stay Focused, the little free spaces in the middle. And then the goal is not to achieve everything that's on your bingo card for the coming year. The goal is to simply get bingo. So that means that you will get 5 going diagonal, 5 going across, 5 going up and down in a row. Okay, that means you got bingo. So by the end of the year, you can share, if you so choose, whether or not you made bingo. Y'all, let me make sure I'm looking in this camera, because okay, here we go. Now, I think I'm looking right at y'all. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, I want to share my little legend at the bottom so that you know what these colors are for. All right, so everything that I mentioned that is in green, and I'm looking down because I'm looking at my bingo card in front of me as you look at the one that's on the screen. So everything I mentioned that is in green are my goals that pertain to my health. Whether that is physical health or mental health. Everything you see that is in blue pertains to entrepreneurial goals. Everything in yellow pertains to travel, recreation, and ministry. Everything in, wait a minute. Yes, travel, recreation, and ministry. Everything that is in rose or pink is pertains to finances, and then everything that is in purple pertains to only ministry. Okay. Everything is in yellow. Like I said, travel, recreation, and ministry, they're like blended together. They're interchangeable, but everything in purple is only ministry. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first thing is that I want to join Pilates class by March of this year. Right now we are in January, and I wanted to get this video out before the close of the month. So by March, I want to be in Pilates class. I took one intro Pilates class for my birthday last year in December, and it was wonderful. And that was the best type of working out that I have ever had. I do not like the fast-paced boot camp style of working out. I don't really like the typical way of working out. You know, Pilates is different. It's its own gym. You know, you go to a Pilates gym, you go to a Pilates studio to do it, and you're still gonna feel like you did something when you left, but not just worn out at the same time, if you know what I mean. So, and then like the whole vibe with the women who are there doing the same thing you're doing, and it's just a lot of fun, and I really like it. And so I chose to go and try the class because I wanted to do it for quite some time, and so I decided I was going to do that because I had the opportunity to go to a free class, and I will be in Pilates by March of this year. Okay, so the next thing on my bingo card is that I would love to gain 10,000 YouTube subscribers. to gain 10,000 YouTube subscribers is not an ambitious goal in my opinion, but it is considering where I am right now. As I'm making this video, I am at 21 subscribers. That's very, very small, right? But I do have a goal to reach 10,000 by attracting an organic audience. I am not going to put a lot of strain and stress on that or on subs. I created this YouTube channel because I wanted to be authentic, share certain things about my life that pertain to wisdom and growth and testimony and the things that the Lord has done for me in my life. And I wanted to help somebody else, all of my viewers, to stir their faith up in these areas. So I want to attract an organic audience. I don't want to have people liking my page or subscribing to me just for the heck of it. I want to have an engaged audience. And so, and thank you to my friends who have not only subscribed to my channel, but you've sown into my life. Thank you so much for sowing into this YouTube channel. So I want to gain 10,000 YouTube subbies. The next thing that I'm going to be doing this year is traveling abroad. I am excited about this because this is a trip I've desired to take for many years. And it is already in alignment right now. This is not something that's wide open. This is not a situation where I don't know where I'm going yet. I just want to travel abroad. No. My friend and I, who are going to be going, she and I have already paid for the travel agent's services. We've already registered for the event that we'll be attending when we go abroad. And we plan to go to 3 countries for this one trip, 3 different countries. I want to travel abroad to this particular country and continent, and I'm not going to tell you where it's at. And don't be thinking that you know. I said that if I lost my daddy last year, and I did in September, that I was going to travel. And so, and I was going to travel abroad. And so I decided to do that. And that trip is already in the works. So I will be traveling abroad in 2026. The next thing that is on my bingo card is to save $15,000 for my high yield savings account. I've had a high yield savings account before, and I closed it. I want to open it again. I want to open a new high yield savings account, and that's basically a savings account where you have to have, I think I have to have at least $1,000 or $2,000 to open it, if I'm not mistaken. You put that money into an account. It is not meant to be touched, at least for a time. It's not. It's the meaning of the purpose of putting it there is for that money to build interest, and you want to get a good interest rate when you decide to get a high yield savings account, and that is a way of investing in yourself, and your money grows. Okay. So that is the next thing that's on my bingo card. Now, number 5, finish real estate school in 2026. And you see a yellow check mark on that one because I have already done so. Yes, I am in real estate school. And, I finished real estate school. And I am going to be preparing over this year to take my exam to become licensed, which is also on the bingo card as a separate goal that I'm getting to. But yes, that was the first step. I've been in real estate school since July. I want to say July of last year. So, and I went in Texas to become licensed as a real estate agent in the state of Texas. Now, I want to say really quickly that I didn't have any lofty dreams to become a real estate agent. My primary goal was to be an investor, but I wanted to learn the business, right? So I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but because I'm actually sharing some of the things that I have yet to tell you about the bingo card, but that's primarily why I went in. However, I'm open to becoming an agent as well. The Bible tells us to divide ourselves among many endeavors because you don't know what calamity may come upon the land. I believe that you need to be doing more than one or two things, okay? And real estate is one of those things that has also been on my radar for many years. This is one of those years where I am bringing full circle the things that I have already known that I'm supposed to be doing. Not a whole lot of new things, just finishing and continuing the things that have already been set in motion or should have been set in motion already. The next thing is simple. Open a new checking account, which I've done. I've done that. I had a checking account already, but I just needed to open another one because I got some different things that I need to be doing with this new checking account. And so that's done. The next thing on the bingo card is to pass my real estate exam and get licensed, which I've already touched on that. Licensed in the state of Texas. I believe I also want to be licensed in the state of Georgia. Become licensed in the state of Georgia. So that's what I'm going to be studying for over the next several months. And I just declare in the name of Jesus that I'm going to pass that exam the first time. Yeah. All right. Next on the bingo card is to lose 40 pounds. To nobody do I look like it, but I am, should I tell you my weight? I'll go ahead and tell you my weight. I don't mind. I weigh 205 pounds. I actually lost a pound over this past week because I've already started my disciplined diet and exercising. Yeah, so I'm at 205. That's the heaviest I've ever been. My goal is to get down to 150. Now, I do not want to, which means I'm going to have to lose a little bit more than that, but my goal is 40. If I do at least 40, that's great for me. And when I say 150, I don't mean a skinny 150. I mean a 150 with muscle mass. But yes, I do want to lose that. I have some little weight goals. I'm not what I would consider to be fat. I mean, I'm 5'9". So I'm 5'9", but I got a little something on me. So, people tell me, they say, well, that's height, your weight. That's because of height. But y'all, I've been 5'9" since I was in the 5th grade, but I haven't been 205. So I'm going to be working on that. The next thing is to take a birthday trip abroad. I'm going to try to speed up because I'm talking too much on each one of these. I want to take a birthday trip abroad. I was supposed to be going to the Bahamas last year, and that didn't happen. But I'm doing it this year. I don't know if it's going to be the Bahamas or not, but it's going to be somebody's island. I think last year there was the hurricane and Daddy passed and all that, and so those plans didn't happen. But anyway, I'm taking a trip abroad for my birthday. So the next thing on the bingo card is to read 20 books. Most of those books are going to be books by Dr. Miles Monroe. I've started with a lot of audio books, and so most of those will be from him. And then I also want to finally read How to Win Friends and Influence People. I can't recall the author's name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's a very, very well-known, popular book, and it's very effective. So I want to read that one, and then a bunch of Miles Monroe books, and I'm sure I'll have some others kind of sprinkled in there. Next is to make a new friend, not just any friend, but a covenant friend, a really good God-send friend. I want to make a new friend, but I really want to make a new friend abroad. I would love to make a new friend abroad, not necessarily America. I'm not saying I wouldn't be open to that. It's just, it would be great to have another friend that does not live in the United States. And I don't really care what country that is. I just want to make a new friend abroad. Next is to grow my hair 6 inches. That's like kind of ambitious, but that's our hair, healthy hair does grow at that rate to where I could grow my hair 6 inches within a year. So I don't know where my hair is right now, to be honest. I don't know, 8 inches, 10 inches. I don't know. I haven't measured or anything, but I would like to grow it 6 inches. My hair is very fine. So I need to work on that too. I do want to thicken my hair up. I'm not too crazy. I'm not stressing about these types of things. These are just little goals that I like to do. And it would be the only thing that I have not done with my hair. I have done everything with my hair. I have shaved my head on purpose. There was nothing wrong with my hair or me. I just wanted my head shaved. I've done that before. I have worn my hair in tapered shortcuts. I have had braids, weaves, colors, everything. This is the calmest I have been with my hair. I mean, I'm not even dyeing my hair. I got my grays and all of that, and I'm fine with them. And, you know, but I do want to grow it 6 inches. So I'm going to be working on that this year. Then we have, skipping our free space, I would like to adopt a family for Christmas. This video is getting too long, so I need to speed up a little bit. I would like to adopt a family for Christmas, and it may not necessarily be for Christmas, just in general. But I've always wanted to do that and just sponsor that whole family with gifts or a trip that they can take as a family or whatever the case may be. Somebody who really needs that additional help this year. Next is to learn 3 new Bible books. Not 3 new Bible stories, but 3 new books of the Bible. Be able to do an exegesis on the whole book, like the book of Daniel, book of Revelation, the book of Job. Just sit there and talk to somebody about it and be able to really expound on the whole thing from start to finish. The next thing on the bingo card is to win 300 to Christ. That is a very low number. It is just a starting place. There's someone that I'm actually speaking to right now. I believe that as born again believers, our number one mission should be to evangelize and disciple. So I want to be able to say at the end of the year that happened. More than 300. Next is to improve my beauty regimen. I don't really have a beauty regimen right now. It's very simplistic. I'm a very simple woman, to be honest with you. I don't like a whole bunch of steps to stuff, but I know that it would be beneficial for me to have a beauty regimen, whether that is getting facials on a consistent basis or doing them at home. I do want to incorporate that into my year. Next is to make my first real estate investment. Again, something I've desired to do for years is to own property that I don't necessarily live in. And so I would love to start that with mobile homes, flipping mobile homes. Prior to doing that, though, would be to obtain my wholesaler's license. So that is the real estate investment. And I know that mobile homes are not necessarily considered real estate. But yeah, that's the move I want to make. it's very profitable, and people are looking for more affordable ways to keep a roof over their head. So I would love to become a landlord and make my real estate investment, my first real estate investment. The next thing on the bingo card, this is a spiritual ministry focused goal, and that is to speak in tongues daily. I have the gift of speaking in tongues of the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues, and I speak in tongues, but I do not do it every single day, and I want to do it every day. It's extremely important. So I want to incorporate that into my year. The next thing is to land my prophetic position. I have an entire video that I have recorded around this. This has to do with a dream that I had about a job that I got, making 6 figures a year. In addition to that, it's not just the job and the money and all of that. My prophetic position as prophesied over my life at age 19. I won't get into that in this video because it's way too much to expound on, but the position that God wants me in, I'm going to be in it this year. The next thing on the bingo card is to cut sugar by 50%. And that's not just, and I've already done that. That's already in the works. And I'm not just talking about like no cakes and pies and chips and cookies and stuff like that. But there's sugar in almost everything that we eat here in the U.S. It's in bacon, it's in rice, it's in the bread, it's everywhere. So I just want to cut sugar by 50%. Artificial sugar. I don't have a problem with natural sugar. I don't have a problem with fruit, or things like that. But this artificial stuff that somebody went and made in the lab, cut that. The next thing is to join a worship team, and to sing on stage again, to sing in, minister in that way again. I miss that so much. I do. I really miss singing before an audience. So that is the next thing on there. And moving right along, I want to attend the Sound of Revival that's going to be in Atlanta this year. I guess I'm not sure if it's going to be downtown Atlanta in the city of Atlanta, but it'll be here in Georgia. If you're not familiar with that, that is an annual conference that is put on by Koinonia out of Nigeria by Apostle Joshua Selman. And I do follow his ministry, and I would love to attend the Sound of Revival. And yes, I did have a dream that I was at the Sound of Revival and I was able to meet him. And by the way, I do not idolize anybody in ministry or follow them that way or that closely. But if somebody ministers to your life and they were a blessing to you and they've helped you, I'm the type of person I just want to shake your hand, right? So, and I didn't have that dream for nothing. So that's going to happen this year. Second to last is I desire to pay off 6 debts this year, 6 debts. And I've already taken care of one of those. If you saw my previous video about how I paid off $17,000 car loan, that's one of them. So I have 5 more debts that I need to see gone. I have more debts than that, but I need to get rid of at least 5. I don't care if they're big or small, but I want to be able to say at the end of the year that I paid off 6 debts, at least that. And last, but most definitely not least, I'm very excited about this one. And that is that I desire to peak in flag worship. I actually just started worshiping with flags, dancing, flag ministry. I have never done that for a church or anything like that. This is just something that the Lord spoke to me about doing personally, and I'm very excited about doing. Actually, I already started just here at home, and I actually ordered my first set of flags I had actually ordered some off of Amazon, but I sent them back because they weren't quite right. And I wanted pure white. These flags that I had ordered already were like a rainbow iridescent color, and I want just pure white. So I actually went to Worship with Flags, and I'll put her website right here at the bottom of the screen and also in the description. And I ordered some beautiful worship flags that are angel wing flags, and I'm going to make a video because they're on their way. So I'll make a video when I get those to unbox them, and I just dance right here at home. And I also dance in the backyard. It's really cold right now, so I dance right in here in this area and also downstairs with the flags. So you'll be hearing more about that, and you will be seeing me dance as well on video, because I'm going to be posting some YouTube shorts of me worshiping God with these flags. And I think it is one of the most beautiful ways of worshiping God. If you want to exhaust every way of worshiping Him, whether you pray, you speak in tongues, you shout, you lift your hands, add some flag worship to that too. It is life changing. So that's it. That's my bingo card for 2026. I would love to see your bingo card, or at least tell me something that's on your bingo card for the coming year. This is a lot of fun. And I think that's all I got to say. Let's see how this year goes. I know that there's a lot of things that God has in store that I haven't even thought of, okay? So in addition to the bingo card and making bingo, by the end of the year, I also would love to share the things that happened in my life that I had no idea would happen or did not see coming. So that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose, and I will see you later. Bye.